There we go.
Greetings, greetings and salutations, and welcome back to this, the Sons of Midnight. In the driver's seat is Shabbat.
Who hasn't gotten to touch this game in about 2 months.
And also in that corner we have the Landstar, StarprincessHLC, and in total agreement with this game is JKLantern.
Where vengeance?
So,
Oh God, natural light.
So, I'm taking this as my channel's version of the BattleTech LP on Shabbat's channel. What's been the equivalent to the Annihilator so far?
Iron Man.
Yeah, that is a Robo-Man being here. I mean, all of the core Avengers being here, but of all of them, Iron Man is the most offensive.
They have a lot of ironing that he's doing, and Iron Man does what an iron does. Oh, wait, that's Spider-Man.
Like, in the 90s, like, at least Captain America, Wolverine, and Spider-Man just had the tendency to randomly show up in events anyway. Iron Man, it's like, no, get the fuck out of here.
No, he's clearly making up for missed opportunities.
Go back to be Robert Downey Jr.
But
no, his time's been and gone.
He's doomed now.
Yeah, that's a choice.
Yeah, there's a reason about giving up on the MCU.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the DC side, Aquaman dude's gonna be playing Lobo.
And I never bothered the DCU.
Also, since the last time we recorded this, Marvel Rivals has come out and has already announced its first DLC pack of characters.
Fantastic Four, right? Or no?
Fantastic Four, I believe, Ultron, and Blade.
Yeah.
Those don't go together, but okay.
Well, it's Marvel Rivals. Nothing in there
Yeah.
thematically matches.
We're our own AU.
Hunter, are you alright? I was so worried. You looked so helpless lying there, just like you were when you were a babe.
Here to gloat, Mother?
Quite the opposite. I was concerned. I could not sense you after...
Your pet monster nearly destroyed me?
An unintended and unforeseen consequence of your continued assault against me.
Oh god, we're in Frasier fantasy again.
Either that or we're in Tangled, because she looks very much like Mother Gothel right now.
No, but it's Lilith. It's Frasier's ex-wife.
Mother knows best.
And see, the thing is, we did not have nearly the trouble with this fight that this game is acting like we did.
Yeah.
That fight did not go poorly for us in the least. We kind of rolled through that fight.
Yeah.
Is what happened when the final strike happened.
Yeah. The collar cracking there.
Yes.
Alien monstrosities? Wanda's unchecked powers coupled with Banner's unhinged mind? Whatever you are planning, Mother, I fear it may be beyond even your control.
Your concern touches me, but I would risk the heavens themselves if it meant saving you.
I do not need saving.
You know what?
But you do.
I believe her.
And that crack in your
I
collar
believe every
is
word
the
she
first
says
step.
here is sincere.
Every revolution
Oh,
of
from her
self
point of
starts with
view,
the
she is
tiniest
absolutely
of
telling the
rifts,
truth.
An ever so slight splinter in the glass. A hanging thread begging to be pulled until it unravels. All. You should be celebrating. That crack is the beginning of your emancipation from my sister's control. She keeps you collared because she fears you. They all do.
Inky.
Sarah wants to hold you back from realizing your full potential. The way she tried to hold me back centuries ago.
I would not need this collar had I not been corrupted by your blood.
Is that what you believe? Oh, child. There is so
How to
much
tie your
more
shoes, for one thing.
But you would never believe me if I told you. Not here. Not now.
Not ever.
You must discover those answers on your own. Once you're unshackled, you will finally be free to be yourself.
And who is
So I can
that?
start up my ska band?
Answer me.
The question is, will she be more or less horny?
Hmm.
I'm getting a feeling with the way this game is going, we're going to find out what that means.
Oh boy, we can hang out with Blade now. At Super League. Excuse me.
Also, we got a message from Storm here because we can hang out with Storm too.
Oh, that's right. She joined recently.
Uh-huh.
Which is funny considering I don't think we don't have Wolverine yet, right?
We don't officially have Wolverine yet.
We had his info missing, and we also included Sabretooth. We haven't seen anything in those two either since Storm's introduction. Also get the feeling that Blade isn't
Thrilled.
going to hang out with us too closely.
Well, remember we fought in the sewers recently.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically said that just get rid of everything that you ever used in the sewers. You're never getting the smell out.
And that's when Deadpool goes, hell yeah, that's a challenge!
I'm now exclusively gonna fight in sewers.
I would like to think even Deadpool has standards. Correction, he does have standards. At least one or two stories where, in case of, he does do jobs for children. Because you have a soft spot for them.
Hunter, a word?
I am listening.
I wanted to apologize. I'm afraid I came off a bit cold when we last spoke.
I know, was it with the last session being about 3 months ago? We can't remember what we said.
I know.
Yeah.
As I said before, it is all right. I do not expect you to warm up to me right away.
If
I
we
don't
want
warm
to
up
kick
to
the
many
temperature
people.
up in here,
I'm Storm.
all I need to do is think of good thoughts.
You are speaking literally?
Yes, but that conversation is for another time.
I see you are still hesitant in sharing parts of yourself.
I'm not trying to keep secrets, but I don't want to alarm anyone.
It's also
Why would
Hunter's
it be alarming?
stance is very defensive.
Hypothetically speaking, how would you feel if others learned that you could
Like,
cause
that does
a
not look like a
hurricane if you
comfortable
became too
pose right
upset?
now.
And basically, this game does have a problem with poses looking stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Oh,
not
so
think I
use
would
less
feel good about
hairspray.
myself.
Some people start viewing you differently.
Or at least wash your hair
As a
more
leader,
often. One of the
that's
two.
the
Yeah.
last thing I want.
That's either a
you
lot of
think that is
hairspray
fair?
or just a lot of grease.
I have a tight lid around my emotions. Let's leave it at that. I go into detail, but
I love how she's acting like people don't know her powers when, like, in comics, she's one of the most famous X-Men. She was married to friggin' Black Panther for a while. She's been an Avenger. She almost became Thor at one point. People know who Storm is in universe.
Nope, we gotta make her an edgelord. She's the new Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the
I
Edgelord.
forget how
Well,
quickly time
Hunter
passes
would
when
not
I'm
know
reading.
much about Storm.
True.
Hunter
Yeah, she's
was
been-
not exactly
Spending time
around
with you,
for
Hunter.
most of it.
Yeah, she's still trying to figure out television.
Just having a museum talk about the MCU and DCU is a case of. The closest equivalent to put to a DCU equivalent is Raven for the whole emotion controlling your powers thing.
I mean, like, in the 70s and 80s, like, that version of Teen Titans was kind of the DC's answer to the X-Men, where it was like, oh, it's the younger heroes who were learning to use their powers. Granted, the Teen Titans don't necessarily have the same baggage as the X-Men do, in that they're an allegory for bigotry, but, like...
The teenagers.
Yeah, exactly, and the X-Men originally were teenagers. Being someone who grew up in the 90s, it's not something I automatically think of now. It's like, oh yeah, they're right, they're... A lot of them were at the school, a lot of them were...
He did.
He is so in
kids,
love with his toys.
effectively.
I don't suppose
Because, like,
much thought as to
again, like, I
how
vividly
so
remember the 90s X-Men cartoon, and it's like, oh yeah, they're all adults.
If anyone understands Venom, it is Peter. He might be a good candidate for this mission.
So yeah,
The ability to put
recently,
ourselves in our enemies' shoes
Stark
can tell
came
us
up
where
with
they
a
have
thing
been
that could actually
and where they are going.
grab a sample off the Venom
Peter,
symbiote, if you remember that.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
His innate humanity and unwavering empathy for Eddie Brock's plight could make him an ideal candidate. This won't be figured out right now, but we should decide.
Venom's
something
lore
soon.
keeps getting weirder and weirder in
Time
comics.
is of
In the
essence.
movies.
But I suppose you know that better than anyone.
The Venom movie was
We will talk again
interesting, but it's rather a step removed from what we expect of Venom.
Mm-hmm.
As in, Eddie never really spoke directly to the symbiotes.
Yeah.
Let alone tormented by calling them a parasite.
Also, Marvel Rivals gave him a massive ass.
That came as a request, maybe?
So, yeah, there's a, one of the things that happened was Spidey's friendship jumped up some here.
They say the Pacific Ocean has no memory, Hunter.
But you are looking at the Atlantic.
Really? Well, that explains so much. Just think. A few years ago, I was just your quintessential 98-pound high school freshman weakling. Even the lunch ladies used to shake me down for milk money. Now look at me. Hanging with the legendary Hunter and the Midnight Suns in their super-secret Atlantic Ocean base.
We are happy to have you.
That's just it.
You nerd.
What if that radioactive spider had decided to chomp down on someone else's behind? What would old non-arachnid me be?
Something tells me you would have changed the world regardless, Peter Parker.
Change the world?
That story
Let's
was
not get
actually
carried away
told.
here. I may have helped out a bit in the neighborhood, but
I've seen a
You
couple of
certainly
alternate
impacted me.
universe stories
Right
where
back at
he's
you,
not been Spider-Man. I
You
saw
know
one
what?
where he became the Hulk.
I've been to a lot of truly amazing places since I put on the old spider tights.
Bullet points?
Way beyond my little neighborhood in Queens. But when all is said and done, there is nowhere I'd rather be right now than here with the rest of you.
He also doesn't have to worry about paying rent.
That is a concern, yes.
Mm. What are you looking at, Hunter?
That thing on the
What
wall.
is it like to have a tan?
There's Robbie.
Morbius, you've had a tan before, because you were human at one point.
He forgot.
Are you sure his human side got a tan at any point?
He was a scientist, a rather deep one enough to the point of he did that to himself.
I mean, did he actually see the sun enough to get a tan in the first place?
Depends on the continuity, but yes.
You are out there.
He's hanging by the pool.
Just don't ghost up, otherwise you may blow up the pool.
Hunter! Someone is
Sizzle.
griefing me, Hunter.
We must fight this head on.
Thank you! Peter said to just let it go, but it happens every friggin' game. I team up with them, they don't shoot at anything, spam my chat, and eventually just kill me.
Oh, I assumed you were talking about the Norwegian gravitas curse.
We
Why
should
not
still kill
change
them.
teammates?
I tried, but they use different tags every time. Bach for life, Centuries of Slumber, Mom Slayer, Dragoons are goons. All the same person, all are targeting me.
We can actually tell Ghost Rider to go touch grass.
Well, he's touching water right now.
Perhaps it is a sign to leave the game. Go outside and experience the world.
You mean the world full of things trying to kill us? We spent too much time in it already.
He has a
prefer
point.
Escapism digital, if you don't mind. I guess it was different back in your day.
Back in my day, as you call it, we would summon spirits and command them to play out competitive scenarios for our entertainment.
Like
I can show
Pokemon.
you if you would like.
I think it's more like the Shadow games.
Hardcore. I'll stick to tangible gaming platforms.
She attacks her, your dual thinking with her summoned skull. Amiibo!
Oh, see, I know the perfect game for Robbie. Grand Theft Auto.